I'm Angela Yee, and Mano is here.
Yeah.
Mano!
Good morning.
I know you love a New Music Friday, too. We got a lot to talk about today.
Friday.
We are already listening to Drake's album.
Like that Sexy Red, John.
Yes. We were just saying it sounds like a Shorty Swing My Way.
Swing my way, yeah.
He sets it off at Virginia Beach. We already know who that's about.
I like that. Nice.
Sheesh. But we are going to, of course, be playing some of that today when we discuss new music, and also playing Drake featuring J. Cole all morning, first person shooter. We're going to get into that in a second. But also today on a Friday, Mr. Eazi is going to be joining us. Mm-hmm. Now, are you familiar with Mr. Eazi? So he is, what part of Africa? Is he from Ghana? Or Nigeria? I feel like he was born in one and grew up in the other too. But anyway, Mr. Eazi is going to be joining us.
Mr. Eazi?
Yes, and
Mr. Eazi.
Not only is he amazing as an artist, but he's from Nigeria. Okay, he's also an amazing business person. He's an entrepreneur. He really helped launch Joe Boy's career. He has a distribution partnership deal with a lot of different artists, but he's been independent this whole time.
Wow.
And he's got a great story when you hear the people that have reached out to him to work, but he worked with Miss Lauryn Hill. She called him personally.
Wow.
The first time he came to New York. He also has songs with Nicki Minaj. He has a huge song with Bad Bunny. And but yeah, he had 2 songs on Beyonce's soundtrack.
That he wrote, or he's
on. He had 2 songs, yeah. I mean, he's a huge, huge artist. So, shout out to Mr. Eazi, who's going to be joining us today. And very inspirational interview. And so in the meantime, let's set it off with Shining a Light, all right? 800-292-5150 is the number. Call us up and shine a light on them. And let's set it off with some new Drake for all the dogs that's out right now. Here is Drake featuring J. Cole, First Person Shooter. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
We gon' light the block up. I'ma shine. I'ma shine.
Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
Yo, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Mano is here. New Mano.
Way up.
Okay, I like the outfit, Mano. Let me see.
I try to,
those pants leather?
It's something like
okay.
I would say like a thin leather. I like put on, leather cargo.
All right, we see the style. Well, let's shine a light. This is a special one today. Dan, our producer Dan, is eagerly waiting.
Good morning.
Good morning, Dan.
Smile like that, Dan.
Now, Dan said, "Can I please do the shine a light today?"
Just like that.
He did. That's how he talks.
No, he said, would you mind?
Hey,
I said it just like that. We're wasting time.
Hey, my sister, would you mind?
May I?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. I would like to shine a light on my fiance, Rita Nasser, soon to be Rita Greene. That's right.
Oh, man.
This is a new fiance.
That's right.
Wow.
Last week, today is her 30th birthday.
Happy birthday, Rita.
Just wanted to wish her happy birthday. I love you. I'm excited for everything.
I love you.
And we getting married, baby. I can't wait.
Nice, man.
She is my world.
I want to talk just like this one day.
Hey, you can, man. I believe in you.
I want to feel. You see how he's smiling?
I believe in you.
Look at his smile.
Ear to ear. And it's real, too, honestly.
This is real.
Really
I want to be there.
I remember when they first met, so this is very cute. This is very cute.
It's been like, 3-4 years, right?
Yeah, 3 years.
3 years. All right, well, happy birthday, Rita. Can't wait to celebrate with you. And now it's time for you guys to shine a light. 800-292-5150. Elijah, how are you?
Hey, this is Elijah Jackson. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Who do you want to shine a light on?
All right. I want to shine a light on my girlfriend. Her name's Alana.
Okay.
We've been together for 2 months. And speaking of 2 month mark, after Powerhouse, I'm actually going to go and take her out on a date. We are going to Olive Garden. And by the way, believe it or not, this is her first date. She's never really been out like that. You get what I'm saying? So I want to take her out and do something nice for her,
Do you still have that bottomless salad at Olive Garden?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, man. I used to love their salad. And the bread. Well, congratulations. How did you guys make it official? Did you say, can you please be my girlfriend? How did that happen?
No, what happened was I ended up meeting her through a mutual. They connected us. I talked to her for a couple weeks, more like a month. And then I finally was just like, listen, there's something about you that I like. I like the vibes, we connect on a lot of things, and we like watching a lot of the same TV shows, and it kind of just happened naturally.
All right, well, I'll see you guys at Powerhouse. I love that you planned ahead like that.
She's not coming with me, but I will see her a day afterwards.
Oh,
well,
okay.
You there.
Well, I'll see
be there.
You there.
Turning it up. Getting ready for Lil Uzi, Durkio, Ice Spice, and more. So get your tickets now. Powerhouse.
Do you work here? I like this.
Yeah, I want to be you one day, you know? You already know I'm practicing, so.
All right, thank you. Somebody said no one would ever say a thing like that, so I appreciate you. Thank you.
Peace out. You're welcome.
All right, well, that was Shine a Light on Him. And when we come back, we have Eazi. Let's talk about Jason Derulo. There are accusations against him now, and we'll tell you what he has to say about them. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. Yeezy next.
Yo, she about to blow the lid up off this pot. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that Yee tea. Come and get the tea.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Mano is here.
Mano.
And let's get into some Yeezy. Jason Derulo is being accused of sexual harassment and retaliation against a woman who was formerly signed to him, 25-year-old Imaja Gibson. She says that he dropped her from her record deal after she repeatedly rejected his sexual advances. She was in a small girl group called Sorority, and then when the group disbanded, she ended up getting signed as a solo artist. She was still doing music after that. As part of the contract, she was reportedly required to create a mixtape in 4 months and a full-length album in 6. She also was allegedly required to feature Jason Derulo on at least one of her singles, and she said that was great. That offer was a no-brainer. But she said soon after signing the deal, he would consistently invite her to private lounges, would pressure her to drink during recording sessions, and she said she typically declined those invitations for 2 reasons. She wanted to keep their relationship professional, and she didn't want alcohol to affect her performance in the studio. And then she said she did agree to drink with him during a session and was given inappropriate large amounts of alcohol. And she said that he told her she might have to participate in goat skin and fish scales, which was an apparent reference to cocaine use and a sexual act. She took this as a demand for sex in exchange for success. And then she was trying to finalize her deal with Atlantic, but just minutes before the meeting, he introduced her to another aspiring artist named Rosa and said that she was tagging along because he was on some F-ish, suggesting that she was in a sexual relationship with him. So she was convinced that he was using that woman, Rosa, as an example of the ways that she could advance her career. So, you know, she ended up having, she said, to step back because she realized the aggressive manner in which he invaded her personal space and the inappropriate volume of his voice when he charged her and her mom while other staffers were present. So she said he was angry and violent when she mentioned that to him.
He said you got to pay to play.
She says she has anxiety and she's traumatized. She's dealt with inhumane work situations. So now she's suing him for intimidation and breach of contract. She wants compensation for unpaid wages and loss of earnings, as well as damages for emotional distress. Now, Jason Derulo has responded, and here's what he said.
I wouldn't normally comment, but these claims are completely false and hurtful. I stand against all forms of harassment, and I remain supportive of anybody following their dreams. I've always strived to live my life in a positively impactful way, and that's why I sit here before you deeply offended by these defamatory claims. God bless.
All right, so that's all we know so far. Her accusations and his response.
She said that he wanted to sample the goods.
All right, and that's traumatizing.
Yeah.
And I do feel like it happens a lot to women in the business. But we don't know if this was the situation here.
Right.
But, all right. Now, Gunna, his latest single, F You Mean, is now certified platinum, as his album, Gift and a Curse, has also gone gold. And so he went on his Instagram story to share that screenshot of his certification. So congratulations to him. Now, that's somebody who it felt like it could have been over, and then he dropped
I knew it wasn't.
an album that
I
people
knew it
love.
wasn't.
And now we see him going on tour.
Right, I knew that it wasn't gonna happen.
All right, now SNL, the season 49 opener they have announced is scheduled for October 14th. And Ice Spice is going to be the musical guest, and Pete Davidson will also be on the show as well.
That's major.
Yes, and then the week after that is Bad Bunny and Bad Bunny. What, did you say something? Oh, yeah, Pete. Well, I mean, Pete, I always look at him as on SNL still, even though I know he's not anymore. So that's kind of funny, but yes. All right. And AMP, that Amazon AMP has shut down. I know we've seen this before, but a lot of people had shows on AMP. You know, Nicki Minaj had her show on AMP. Joe Button had a show on AMP, Music Lovers Only with Joe Button. Nicki Minaj had the partnership for Queen Radio after she took it from Apple Music and went over to Amazon. But in the meantime, Amazon Music Live Season 2 is returning with Lil Durk and Metro Boomin. That is a show that's hosted by 2 Chainz. It's a weekly concert series that airs every Thursday night. All right. So that's already back. Next week is going to be Metro Boomin. Little Durk did it this week, and then Lotto is coming after that. And that is your Yeetie. When we come back, we have About Last Night. That's when we discuss what we did about last night. Mano's about to jump out of the seat, so let's get into
Stop it.
About Last Night is next. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Last night.
So, about last night.
Last night.
Here's how it went down.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. I would say Mano, but he is on the toilet. So we're going to find out what he ate last night that had him sitting here with ants in his pants. Who made up that saying, ants in your pants? Has it? Oh, here he comes. All right. Come on, Mano. It's okay. Come on in. All right. Mano is here. So I'll talk about what I did last night while you get adjusted. Okay. So last night I was actually with one of my really good friends. Her name is Ingrid Best, and she actually just launched her iBest Wines.
Shout out to Ingrid.
And honestly, it was a great conversation. I'm definitely going to have her up here, but she went to South Africa to actually develop this wine. So it's not just her putting her name on a wine.
Well,
it took her
did some
2
work.
years to get the exact right, whatever she had. I don't know what the process of making your own, but she went there, and there's not a lot of wine that we sell here from South Africa, but she's like, I don't understand why. It's amazing.
She went over there and picked the grapes.
She really basically lived there for months, just working on this, making sure that she knew everybody that was involved in the process. By the way, she has an all-woman team, which I love. And so if you look at the website for her iBest Wines, you could see the whole team, which is amazing. And I went out with her, and she doesn't live in New York anymore. She's actually from Oakland. She lives in LA. You can go to ibestwines.com to see this, but to see what she's done so far for her business was really inspirational to me. She went from, when I first met her, she worked at Hennessy. She's always worked in the spirits business.
She learned the game.
And then she went and she was working with Bacardi on Douce. And then she went and was working with Diddy for Ciroc and DeLeon. And then she left to start her own thing, which was a scary thing, to not have that paycheck that's always coming in.
Right. It's always scary to try something new.
And not have that stability of
Right.
like a nice check to make sure that you're good. And she's basically been using her own savings. But I'm happy to say,
Took that chance.
yeah, she took that chance. And her very first client is the Virgin Hotels. They placed orders to put it on a menu for all their hotels. And I gave it to my guy Robinson at Eclectic Wines and Liquors in Brooklyn, and he tried it. He said the wine is amazing.
Really?
And so I'm happy for her, because I always know, like, she's the type of person, if she's doing something, it's going to be to a high level. Of whatever she does, I'll stand behind it, because I already know how she is. She's a perfectionist. Right. And so I'm just really happy. So we sat down and went to dinner last night, and she was like, Angela, all I've been doing is working. Thank you so much for actually making me come out and like just sit down for a minute, and because I haven't had a chance to do that. And she's been really stressed out. So I just went to show her some love, and I'm just excited. We went for a walk. We were able to catch up and talk, and she's like, I really needed this. And so that's what I did last night. What about you, Mano?
I was out in the city. I went to screening for that BMF.
Oh, okay. You went to go see the First Lady of BMF,
right,
the Tanisa Welch story. I saw that too.
Slightly different than the other version.
Well, this is from her point of view.
Her perspective.
Yeah,
right.
her perspective. This is not from the perspective of Terry and Meech. This is from
Indeed.
Tanisa. Yeah.
Got it.
And so, yeah, I actually saw that too.
Right.
Was she in town?
I don't think so.
Yeah, she's not. They have a LA screening coming up too, but that's on BET Plus. It's actually out now for anybody who wants to watch the movie.
It's not going to be on TV.
It's on BET Plus.
So BET Plus is the app though, right?
Yeah, it's on TV though.
It's on TV?
Yeah, you could watch it on television. I actually have BET Plus, of course, because I watch all of those BET shows. But Vivica Fox actually, this is her first, I think, debut directorial.
She directed it, yeah.
So you guys make sure y'all check that out. Shout out to you, Tanisa, and to Vivica A. Fox and everybody who was involved in that. Jess Hilarious is in it too.
Yeah, she's in it.
She had a nice role.
She was a snake in the movie.
Was she? I didn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't see that?
I had to leave.
That's when the shots
halfway
started
through.
to set in with you.
Well, no. I actually had a meeting, so I watched. It started late.
You don't watch the whole thing. Yeah.
It started late, and
she wound up like.
Okay.
Don't.
All right. Well, tell us a secret. 800-292. You are telling us secrets right now. 800-292-5150 is the number. It's a Friday, and Friday secrets I feel like are always the best.
I think so.
I think on Fridays, y'all really want to get wild. It's like we used to call it Freaky Fridays, tell us a secret, but we can't do that because y'all always doing too much. But, tell us a secret. 800-292-5150. It is no judgment. Call us up right now. All right. We would love to hear from you. 800-292-5150. Let's go viral. Tell us a secret.
The Judgment Free Zone. Tell us a secret.
Yes, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Mano is here.
Way Up.
And it is time for Tell Us a Secret. Now, behind the scenes.
It's your favorite time.
Yours too. Let's be clear. Mano and I were looking at the Basketball Wives trailers for both Orlando and the original Basketball Wives.
Very interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
So, and just as a heads up, Jennifer Williams from Basketball Wives will be co-hosting with us on Monday. Just putting that out there. That is a secret.
Where's Jasmine going to be?
She's coming on Tuesday.
Okay.
All right, so Jennifer will be here on Monday. That's a secret. But we want to hear your secrets, all right? 800-292-5150 is the number. Call us up and share with us, Mano. I need you to relax.
I'm good.
Do this with me.
Good. I'm straight.
Do this with me. Come on.
In and out.
Do this with me.
Yeah, woosah. I'm straight.
Okay. Call us up. We're nice and calm. 800-292-5150 is no judgment. Hello, anonymous caller. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. It's me and Mano, and we are ready to not judge you and hear your secret.
This girl I was fooling with for 4 years allowed her daughter to steal a lot of things from me, like $40-some thousand and all this, and it came out that it was her and her daughter. So I called her job and got her fired because I know she smoked weed. She was a department manager too. She smoked weed and pop X pills. I said, get the cup.
How did they steal the $40,000?
It was $42,000. Her daughter had a key while I was working out of state, so I drive truck. So when I get back in town, all the money gone. I'm like, who been here? Nobody. Her daughter had a key the whole time I'm on the road. When I get back, her daughter would disappear. So when I got back, they made it like somebody tried to break the door open, but nobody broke the door open.
That's great.
So all she did was lose her job?
All she did, she needs to lose more than all her job.
They got $42,000. She probably didn't even care.
That's like my whole salary.
Yeah, that was her whole year's salary.
But she make $105,000 a year, so I feel like I'm losing.
Okay.
You know what? It ain't like he turned her in to get her locked up. He just made her lose her job.
I ain't trying to get her locked up.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to get her locked up. I'm trying to get her knocked off. Y'all be good, man.
Thank you, anonymous caller. Hey, anonymous caller, how are you?
I am fine. How are you doing?
I'm good. Mano's here. I could tell he like you already, so he won't judge you. We're ready for your secret.
Well, I own a business. I met a guy about 3 years ago, and I kind of persuaded him to get him to my class, all because I knew I wanted to date him. So, it's been 2 years now, and we've been dating, but nobody knows in our business.
What type of class?
Business credit. He wanted to start his own business, so I knew his credit score and how much money he made off the top, so I was like, yes.
So y'all still dating now?
Yeah, we still dating now. We even got our own condo. So when I come in town.
You think that you'll ever go public?
Oh, yeah. We're making plans right now on how we're going to do it.
All right. It sounds like a good love story.
It's a good secret. I like it because we got to be friends and nobody knows. So definitely people can interfere and stuff.
Is that the only man you sleeping with currently?
Oh, yes, definitely.
She's very into him.
Okay.
Well, look, I can't wait till y'all go public with your love.
I can't either. Thank y'all for letting me share my secrets.
Of course. Sometimes sneaking around is fun for a little while.
I like to sneak around, period.
Hey, anonymous caller, how are you?
All right, how are you? You?
I'm good. Mano's here.
Hey, Mano.
What's happening?
What's your secret?
My secret is I was at a neighbor's house party, and my stuff fell out my pants.
What stuff?
Yeah, what stuff fell out of your pants?
Oh, I'm a male.
What does that mean?
I was dancing, and my stuff came out of my pants, out my zipper, because I had used the restroom. And
you must have been dancing hard as hell.
Yeah,
was you jumping up and down?
No, I just forgot to zip my zipper.
No, and you forgot to wear them drawers that day. You was free. So, yeah, that's what happened.
Now, what happened after it fell out?
The music stopped, and everybody was looking. Then I zipped my pants back up. Then the music started, and the girls was just like coming on to me and trying to dance.
Okay,
you know,
yeah. All
You know what,
now,
bro?
I don't know about this.
We need more people.
Hey, I'm just serious. That was just a secret that, you know what I'm saying, I wanted to get off, you know.
Right.
Was it?
It was just kind of crazy. And then my neighbor, I have to see him every day.
sound like
He's still, you know what I'm saying? He's still tripping.
Maybe this was
Sorta
a
like-
dream and you didn't realize it.
It must have been
No,
real
no,
little
no,
to
no,
just
no. It
fall
wasn't
out
a
like
dream.
that.
Yeah. This guy's crazy.
I did. It was just crazy.
Yeah,
Okay,
God
all right.
bless you,
Well,
man.
thank you for sharing.
Yep.
God
All right.
bless you.
Don't let your stuff fall out.
All right, well, that was Tell Us a Secret, if you believe it. And when we come back, we have Yeezy. Has there ever been a deal that you regret not doing? Well, we'll tell you one deal that could have been worth hundreds of millions of dollars that was turned down by Dr. Dre. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
They say it's truth in the rumors.
From industry shade to all the gossip.
Talk to me.
Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
Talk to me.
Yes, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. And Mano is here.
Yeah.
Happy
Yeah,
Friday,
baby.
everybody. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Now, let's talk about an interview that Burner did with the Bootleg Kev podcast. Shout out to Bootleg Kev.
That's my guy right there, Bootleg.
Yes, where Burner talked about sitting down with Dr. Dre and presenting him with some chronic. The chronic, that would have been a great seller, by the way, for a strain of marijuana.
That was it right there, the chronic.
But Dr. Dre unfortunately turned that deal down. That could have been huge, by the way. Here's what he said happened.
And I showed him a jar of what we wanted to call the chronic. And it was by far the best looking weed we've ever produced. And he was just like, yeah, I with it. And I appreciate Slim putting this play together. And, you know, we'll think about it. But, like, I don't know if I really want to kind of put myself in the industry. You know, I got, you know, he told me I got money. And I don't really want to play with that until, you know, maybe it's federally legal. I just don't want to risk it.
Gotta respect that, though.
Yeah. And by the way, Burner, as the CEO of Cookies and founder, he was the first cannabis entrepreneur to ever be on the cover of Forbes magazine
He did it like no other.
last year. So just for him to have been in this as long as he has and to make the money that he's made, amazing. You know, sheesh. But I know sometimes you look back at things you could have did.
Right, yeah.
Because you don't know which way it's going to go.
You don't know. And sometimes you miss those opportunities.
Yeah. All right. Now, Gunplay's wife is saying that Gunplay's drug abuse is what caused her daughter's heart defect. She made this claim on Instagram Live earlier in the week, and here's what she had to say.
The reason why my daughter had a heart defect is because of his drug abuse history. He was the cause of her defect. Y'all could Google this. Anybody who abuses cocaine, ketamine, which he did too, he actually OD'd on ketamine twice, it causes cognitive like disorders and dysfunctions like that. So that's why my daughter's heart was up, and he took it really hard.
All right. Now, she also said that she wasn't aware that he had started using drugs before they began dating. And when she did find out, that's why they started fighting a lot. And that he would blame allergies instead of admitting that he was on drugs, like why he was sniffing them all the time.
That was going to be my question. Did she not know that he was doing whatever he was doing before they even had a baby?
And she was like, you know, his nose would be all red because he's very yellow, she said. And he would be using that Afrin nose spray. So when his nose was red, she was like, what's going on? And he would just say it was just allergies. And she believed him from that. So that's what she's saying happened. I saw a lot of people saying, why is he still on Love and Hip Hop? I don't know that he still will be. You know, when the show returns, don't know what it's going on.
Those episodes was probably already shot.
Yeah, I'm
right?
not. I have no idea. So I guess we'll see. But I've seen people write people out of shows before, where they basically re-edit to take people out of scenes. So we'll see what happens. All right, now David Beckham. They have a 4-part documentary called Beckham, him and Victoria Beckham, and there's a clip from that 4-part documentary where he is talking with her. And she's saying that she's had a hard life and talking about being working class and her family being working class. And he basically was like, stop lying. Here's what happened.
We're very working class.
Be honest.
I am being
What car
honest.
did your dad drive you to school in?
Alright, it's not a simple answer
What
because
car did you get your dad to drive
it
you to
depends.
school in? No.
Okay, in the 80s, my dad had a Rolls Royce.
Yeah, that's working class. All right.
He's like, you are not.
Heard you. Chill out.
He said, be honest.
Be honest.
And she was just looking like, and she really was trying to act like, you got a Rolls Royce.
Isn't she from
the Spice Girls?
Yeah.
Yeah, Posh Spice.
Yeah.
And there's a reason for that. You know, can you imagine, Mano, what type of car did your son get driven to school in?
Bentleys, Rolls Royces.
Now imagine
Sometimes.
him trying to say he came from a working class.
Still working class though. Still out here working.
Yeah, I'm working. Let me tell you. You want to know what I got? First of all, I used to be so embarrassed to get dropped off in school because we never had a nice car my whole life growing up. First, my dad had a Duster, and then he had a Monte Carlo that was bright yellow. It was so embarrassing.
My father had one car. It was an old car, like a Chevy, and he was all beat up and white, and he painted it black, and it looked nice, and it was like we finally got a car. And we had that car for a little while, and then when my father got addicted to crack cocaine, that was one of the things that was gone.
That car matters, boy. When you got to get dropped off and people see you get out the car,
especially
and
we
like,
lived in the project, so it was like most people didn't have cars,
right? So it was a blessing.
Yeah, we had a car for a little while, maybe a year, maybe.
And growing up, even having to park the car was tough in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
remember driving around for hours trying to find a spot.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
All right, well, yeah, that's a Brooklyn thing for sure, a New York thing. When we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are the stories that are not necessarily in the headlines. They are flying under the radar. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
The news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
Yes, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Mano is here. New Mano!
Let's go, Navy.
And shout out to Miss L on Twitter. She said that man lying about his stuff falling out his pants. He just wanted to be on the radio with his lying ass.
That was crazy.
Yes, she was talking about Tell Us a Secret. So mad about that. All right, now let's get into some under the radar stories. So the CDC is going to be recommending an antibiotic pill that you can take after sex to prevent STIs, sexually transmitted infections. So doctors are talking about prescribing some of their patients a pill. It's called doxycycline, and that's a new draft of recommendations that they're talking about. It could prevent bacterial infections from taking root when taken in the days soon after potential exposure during sex. So if you have that on hand, just imagine, sometimes, Mano, I'm sure you're like, ooh, why did I do that? And then you can just take this pill.
Get me a pill. Just in case, have them on
have
deck.
that on deck. All right. So, for those people that they're recommending are people who are hardest hit by STI epidemics, gay, bisexual, and other men who have sex with men, as well as trans women. They are saying that the recommendation is also for those who have been diagnosed in the past year with at least one STI caused by bacteria, and others could be considered based on participating in events that raise the risk of exposure to STIs. So I think that's another group of people, probably if you're in the adult industry, and there's sometimes when there's like a breakout, but you don't know till after, because people do get tested, but sometimes there's a lapse of when something shows up.
I always think about that.
We know you want to get in that industry, so we get you a nice prescription.
Have me a couple bottles on hand.
Oh, we good.
Yeah.
All right. Now, Ring cameras are offering $1 million for footage of aliens or UFOs. The company has launched their $1 million search for extraterrestrials this week. And so anybody who has unaltered proof of extraterrestrial life documented on a Ring camera can get $1 million.
Okay, they need to give me my money because I think I got something.
Well, we need to see that.
Yeah, I'll submit it.
All right. If you don't have legit proof, you can still participate for the Out of This World prize. It's a $500 Amazon gift card. All you have to do is submit a clip of yourself in an alien costume or of your best homemade UFO. I feel like we need to set up some type of UFO sighting on your Ring.
I got it.
I'll walk past in a alien outfit and submit it. I'll run past. Like, and then you'd be like, oh my God. All right. Now, you know how sometimes before you go to bed, you have some water, or maybe you went out, you had some drinks, and then you have to pee in the middle of the night all the time? Mm-hmm. Well, now a urologist is giving you 3 tips on how you can stop from having to pee in the middle of the night. All right. 1, this is a very obvious one. Don't drink a lot of liquids before bed. not only is it how much you drink, but it's also what you're drinking and what time you're consuming it. So a lot of people who have to keep on going in the middle of the night, saying, hey, don't drink a glass of water right before bed. If you get up in the middle of the night because you have to urinate, don't drink another glass of water right when you get up to urinate. So they're saying that that's some things to think. I always do that, by the way. I actually don't mind getting up in the middle of the night.
I drink water all day long. Right before I go to bed, soon as I wake up, so I gotta go all day long.
And they said anything with caffeine, iced tea with caffeine, that's also problematic overnight. Now, no alcohol before bed also is another thing that can have an effect on you having to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. They're saying that drinking alcohol during the evening can increase the desire to urinate. Now, I will also say, you know how sometimes you're out drinking and they're like, don't break the seal? Because once you go one time, you keep on having to go.
So you like, man, I ain't gonna be able to do it.
Yeah, listen, if I have to go, I have to go. That's just what it is. And wearing knee-high stockings can also help. Now, don't try this at home. But when you're laying down, the fluid can leave and enter the vascular space, which your kidneys can read as increased fluid. And so retention of fluid in the legs can affect how much you have to go to the bathroom for both men and women. So if you wear knee-high stockings, any kind of ringing around their socks, they said if you're getting up twice a night, they're saying that modification can help. So, yeah. I don't think you want to do all that.
I have no reason
I can't wear socks to bed.
I don't wear nothing.
Okay. That was
At
too
all.
much. That was too much for information.
No socks, nothing.
Okay. All right. Well, we have the Way Up mix coming at the top of the hour. That was Under the Radar. And now we know what's happening under the sheets with Mano. The Way Up mix at the top of the hour. Plus, Mr. Eazi is going to be joining us. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Way up.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee, like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T. Way up.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Mano is here.
I'm here.
You in the building. I don't know what happened yesterday, but you here today.
On the radio. I was casting.
Okay.
I got that show coming.
Working. I'm going to be on it.
That's right.
Now, Ed Sheeran was talking to GQ Hype, and there's one thing that he said that I thought was very interesting. He said that he actually has his own grave in his backyard ready to go, and it's basically like a chapel. It's a place where he can mourn people in his life who have died. And when it was being built, he realized that he would also like to be buried there so that his daughters could also remember him there.
Oh, wow. That's different.
Yeah. I know people a lot of times will...
buried on their property.
Will also plan their funeral in advance. Mm-hmm. Like have the money set aside, have the tombstone picked out, all of that, have the coffin paid for. Actually, one of my friends told me her mom did that already so that the kids, when things happen, and not only are you sometimes stressed out when a loved one passes, the financial part of it can be really stressful. So her mom already has all of that in order and in place so that all they have to do is mourn.
Did he
and
pick his
everything else
outfit
taken care
out
of.
though?
I don't know about that because you don't know how old you're going to be, what's going to be in style at that time. So that's probably a little bit of a harder thing to do. But yes. All right. Now, Lotto, let's talk about partnerships. She is partnered with Halls and she's giving fans limited edition pep talks. There's motivational phrases inside the wrappers. Here's what she had. Here's the commercial of Lotto with her Halls.
You know those days when you just need a breather or something to keep you going? Halls Pep Talks did that for me. I wrote pep talks inside their wrappers to give you that energy to be the boss you are.
First of all, I feel like Halls is such a staple. Like whenever you're like, oh, my throat hurts a little or whatever.
First thing you go grab is Halls.
The first thing you want to do is Halls. And for some reason, like that's...
We can't live without Halls. Always.
Yeah, I always have Halls in my house. So I love that partnership. And especially as an artist for what she does. And I know for me on the radio, for you being an artist.
Yeah, exactly.
Having to know that you have to talk and get your voice together is very helpful. All right, another great partnership. Saweetie has partnered up with Tinder. All right, and she has this whole swipe campaign with them. And so that's, I think that's a good one. It's called Swipe Off. The collab is a nationwide challenge where the college with the most swipe activity on Tinder gets a free double feature concert headlined by Saweetie and Baby Tate.
Okay.
So that's, swipe,
Big
swipe,
business.
swipe off. Makes sense to me. Big business. I know you would actually be really good for one of these dating apps.
Why?
We should pitch that because you're looking for love.
Am I?
Yeah, you earlier told Dan when he said happy birthday to Rita, and he recently got engaged, that you want that one
Right,
day.
but I'm not sure I'm really looking though.
Okay,
Maybe
but
I'll just let it happen.
But if you want that,
So I
isn't
don't
that the
believe you
same-
looking. I just believe that things should naturally happen.
Isn't it the same
organically.
thing as looking?
No, I just like the way Dan was just sitting there glowing. He was just smiling. He just was like, "Oh my God, Rita, happy birthday! I love
you.
her.
You're my everything. You're my world."
everything." And I'm like, man, one day I want to be standing there like that.
Exactly. So you are looking.
It's not looking. I'm just saying, I'm welcoming.
Okay.
My doors is open.
Okay. What kind of doors are they? Do they go up or they?
No, that's like hospital doors. They go both ways.
It's a revolving door. Is it okay?
Yeah, you in and you out.
All right, and Mariah Carey and Lee Daniels, this was a Jasmine brand exclusive. They have started casting for her TV biopic, and they're looking for the perfect actress to play Mariah Carey. Man, that's a tough job. You know, they've been talking about doing this. Mariah Carey has publicly shared her interest in directing a film based on her memoir, The Meaning of Mariah Carey. And then Lee Daniels, who worked with her on Precious, also was tapped to produce that TV adaptation of her book. And so right now they're just looking for somebody. They said it's not necessarily just about the singing. They want to make sure the girl has a similar look and that the acting is there.
They should get Kiki.
Okay, I can see that. That would be good. And she can sing.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you get? Did you hear people say that, or you just thought about that?
I just
right
thought
now?
about that.
That would be a good one. Yeah, that would be cute. All right, now, Lee Daniels previously spoke about the project. He said he thinks it's bigger than the film. There's so much to her. It's an epic limited series, and he said he thinks it's as big as Aretha's story. I can see that. All right, well, that is your Yeetie, and don't forget, it is a Friday. Not a lot of competition out today because Drake for All the Dogs is out today, but we'll talk about that. And you know, we was already vibing out to his collab with Sexy Red on the album. Yeah. We've been playing the J. Cole song also, but let's talk about some more things that are for all the dogs. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. New music next.
Hey. Now back. Yeah, she back at it. Bring in the Mac. Way Up with Angela Yee is on.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Mano is here. New Mano. Listen, Drake's album is out today. Do you feel like, because there's not a lot of new albums out today, that some people are like, I'm not even going to bother? Because people pay attention to when they put out an album.
Right. It's hard to drop around Drake.
And sometimes people push things back. Like The Exorcist, that movie is out now, by the way. I went to see that.
I
so
seen two
bad.
billboards in Times Square last night on the same block.
They actually pushed that movie up because of Taylor Swift's movie, I believe, right?
What movies?
She's doing like a movie for her concert.
Oh, okay. So they put that one out first.
Yeah, I think they wanted to push it up because they didn't want to compete with that. I know the movie came out yesterday, for real, and they made $2.85 million.
The Exorcist.
Just in previews, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so people are saying it's...
I want to see it, though. They saying it's good, right?
You know, something crazy. I actually... That was the first horror movie I ever saw, and I was super young. I watched it by myself in the basement when I was really little. So is that the same
lady from that? The old lady in there is the same lady from the original Exorcist, right?
Yeah,
she was young back then.
Yeah. And so, yeah, she was like a little girl. Mm-hmm. Remember, her head was spinning around.
That's her.
She threw up. I remember that was a big deal. She threw up, and they told you
right,
in real life
her
that was split pea soup. But you know how much they paid for the rights for that movie?
What's that?
$400 million.
Oh, we.
Yeah. So that's just for the rights. That's not even for filming it or nothing like that.
Right. No
all right, so y'all please, they got to make that money. Go see it. No. But I am going to see that. I want to see, so this is my favorite time of the year for movies. This is when all the horror movies are out. So I know right now, I think The Nun 2 is available on streaming services.
I saw The Nun 2.
You did? How was it?
I liked it. I think I liked The Nun 1 better.
And then I was watching this other movie that was on, everybody was talking about on social media, where the woman, she was like on the, in the container.
Nowhere.
Yes.
That movie had me on edge. What?
I was just watching that yesterday.
Sad. I was sitting back there going, no!
Don't tell me how it ended because I fell asleep to that.
Man.
But yes, when we come back, Mr. Eazi is going to be joining us. Okay, it's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Back at it. You vibing Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and it is a blessing to have somebody who is a visionary on the show. Mr. Eazi is here with us. How are you?
Zaga that Way Up with Angela Yee.
Now you
Blessing to meet you, man.
were way down. Yes, it's nice to meet you too.
Yeah.
Before you got
Like
here,
late.
you were on the subway.
Yeah, as in we went to the wrong location, but like we're in this taxi and he's looking at it, he's like, oh, we'll be quicker if we go through the subway. And I was like, are you sure we need to go through the subway? And my assistant was like, no, let's go. Long story short, we stopped the car like in the middle of the road, ran to the subway, and it was actually
Yeah, it's
cool
a good
ride.
experience if you've never done it. I feel like, did you take pictures?
I think he took pictures, but
You
things
have to.
in all those movies, you'll be seeing like they be pushing people from the subway, all the bad guys be coming to fight. Like it's just like so many bad stuff. But I think I love the subway.
I don't
want
know
to do
about
it
that.
more.
Let's calm down. I don't know about love.
You know how you just do things for the first time and you're like, oh, this is cool.
Like, I think I love the subway.
Yeah.
I've never heard anybody say that.
And it wasn't hot.
Well, we like to hear that. Now, let's talk about your journey because I'm fascinated by you, not just as an artist, but also as an entrepreneur, a business person, but somebody who also does things to help other artists and other creatives.
Yeah.
When did you realize that was your passion?
I never wanted to be an artist. I just wanted to be an entrepreneur since I was like 15. But I started doing parties in my school and I find myself in the studio because it was fun and people start saying, yo, we love your music. The next thing I know, 15 or 16, Lauryn Hill reaches out and says, oh, they want me to come perform in Brooklyn King's Theater. I even thought it was a scam. I remember like going to the US embassy and telling the guys at the embassy, I'm like, there's this person that's saying they're Lauryn Hill and I don't know if it's true. Please help me check, because I was thinking maybe it's some human trafficking kind of thing or something. And they look it up and they're like, yeah, Miss Lauryn Hill. It's like, wow, so
That's
you're an
a
artist.
huge thing. I didn't know that happened.
Exactly. And I hadn't even decided to be an artist at that time, and so that was my first time in the US playing at King's Theater. I had no manager at the time. I just with a guitar coming to play, and it was so beautiful. And Miss Lauryn Hill came backstage and it was so surreal when she came to me and she like, yeah, Mr. Eazi, I've been looking for you. And I was like, this is crazy. And those were kind of the first moments when I realized that, okay, this is real. Like I'm legit if Miss Lauryn Hill is saying,
yeah, well, I don't know too
that,
many people who have that story.
you know, and from there, I just like been going since then, since 2016.
All right now I'm talking to Mr. Eazi. His album, The Evil Genius, comes out October 27th. And this is a first true album because you've done EPs and mixtapes. And what makes this different?
This is the most personal music I've made in my life. Music for me has been like an escape from reality. So vibes, you know, so I'll be singing about like not stuff that's happening to me, but on this album it was the first time I realized that music could be therapy to myself. And before I made this album, I'd never done therapy. I realized that things I was saying on the records were things I didn't have the to even say to myself. Like on the first track, my mom is on it. She's religious, she's Christian, and the music I make is not Christian music. This is the first time she actually put her voice on my music. You know,
How did
so
you get her to agree to do that?
She didn't know. She sent me a voice note. So my mom sent me.
She may sue you now.
No. She knows now. You know, my mom is a businesswoman, so I had to make sure. She loves me, but she's a businesswoman. So, you know, she sent me a voice note. That's the voice note that plays in the beginning of the song Oluwajo, and the chorus of that song. It's a sample of one of the most popular gospel choruses, like the ones you sing in church. And so I put it there, and when she heard it, she's like, you're now making gospel music.
She loved it.
She loved it.
And it worked.
And she was so excited, and I said, well, yeah, but mommy, you need to clear it so you don't sue me. She's like, what do you mean I'll sue you? And we sent her the documentation.
You could always have somebody do her voiceover.
I could have used AI.
Yeah.
You know, I could have used AI. So on every song, that's why this is different, and that's why I'm calling it an album.
And you're also getting married.
Yep.
And so I'm sure there's some personal songs about your relationship.
100%. There's like there's three parts of the album. The first one is like self-reflection, is bragging, and then there's Panadol, which is cheeky, is talking about sex, and we go from there to the relationship part, but it's not like fairy tale. The first song there is lack of communication, and I'm usually the type to be like, I'll be with you and I won't say anything. Like I'll just be giving you the silent treatment.
That doesn't work in marriage.
You know, and I'm a girl that day. She gave me back what I've been giving her, and she wasn't even trying to do it, but I'd upset her so much she didn't want to talk to me. And that just drove me so crazy.
You're like, don't touch me.
Yeah, she didn't even say don't touch me. She's just like, I could just feel it in the air. And I went to the bathroom to shower, and I was just thinking about it, and I just got my phone and I was like, lack of communication now in the causes problem. Like, lack of communication is what causes problem. And in the song I'm saying, baby, if I've pissed you off, let me know. I don't like it when you give me the silent treatment. And from there, I send it to E. Kelly. E. Kelly is my producer, and he quickly sends me back my voice notes on an instrumental, and I go to Kel's house, Kel P, the producer of that record, and we make the song. So it's like real life.
Time,
so
real
I go
things.
from lack of communication to Fefenefe, where I'm apologizing for not being present in the relationship, to good loving, where I'm saying, you know, she just wants my love and affection, she wants my presence, to legalize, where I'm like, okay, let's get married. So that's how personal it is.
That's amazing.
You know,
and you guys also have a podcast together.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that helps you be able to open up too, because now you're on a podcast talking about everyday things.
Yeah.
And communicating with each other.
Yeah.
But also letting the world hear.
yeah.
What's
and I
going
was
on.
really scared about the podcast when
I
she
bet.
said, during COVID, we spent the most time together. So I was seeing her every day, and it made me realize how much I love her. And I don't like being with people, period. Like,
Right.
I like my space. She likes her space, but we're able to be in the same space. And she's like, oh, let's make a podcast. And I was just thinking, the whole world is going to start hearing like how I'm speaking. But we've been doing it at our pace once a year. And it's been fun, yeah.
All right, Mr. Eazi is here from Nigeria, and we have a lot more with him when we come back. He's not just an artist, he's also an entrepreneur and a visionary. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yeah, she back at it. Bring in the Mac. Way Up with Angela Yee is on.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and Mr. Eazi is here. What do you think about people who are not African making Afro beats and Afro pop? Is that still considered Afro beats if it's, say, you know, I know there's features, but what if somebody that was from somewhere else, is that still considered?
That's a tough one. I've not thought about it, but I have seen like music from like Mexico, like from Colombia, like from Chile, where I listen, like I hear the beat and I'm like, hey, what song is that?
Right.
And then it's Afrobeat, but it's in Spanish. And there's been some that I'm like, this person
It's
really
rocks.
knows how to write it. And then there's been like some I'm like, they don't know if he gets the vibe properly, you know. But I think it speaks to the African soft power that's happening right now. And the first time I came into the US, I was watching the TV, and the first thing I saw was like a baby with flies on their face, and that was how a lot of people were seeing Africa.
Because they used to say that all the time. You know, there's kids starving in Africa. Like when you're young, if you're not eating your food here, they used to say, and then you go
call
there.
it poverty porn.
Right.
Now you're experiencing Africa not through those lenses. You're experiencing it through art, and there's no judgment in art. I feel like art should be respectful, but art should build bridges, should connect people, and that's why like I made the first Afrobeat like Latino song with Come
Bad
On
Bunny.
Baby with Bad
And
Bunny
J
and J
Balvin.
Balvin.
Yes.
You know, and for a lot of people that's the first time they were hearing that sound, and I didn't even know how big it was.
I
because
love
we were
that record.
We made that record in my bedroom in London. The only thing I'd say is like, if you want to actually make an Afrobeat record, you could reach out to the producers, do it the right way. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being inspired, but I challenge anyone to make an Afrobeat record that they can play in a Lagos club and people still grind to. If you can do that, then but that's very hard to do.
All right now I'm talking to Mr. Eazi. His album, The Evil Genius, comes out October 27th. And I also want to talk about your investments in the tech world.
Yeah. So I have my fund. It's called Zagada Capital.
Okay.
And this was like me being bored of music. Like after Coachella, I came down from the stage and I felt nothing.
Really? That's a huge deal for artists.
Yeah, and
too.
it's like it was a sign I would either have to quit music and go do something else, because that's not good. That's not a good feeling to have, or I'd need to pause. Maybe I was experiencing a burnout. And when COVID hit, I sort of it was the first time I paused and just trying to decide, okay, what would be the next move? I had started Empower, so I was getting to understand the music business, but I was tired of even listening to music. So how can you run a music business without listening to music? So I just had my team handle that. And I said, okay, I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur. Now the music has given me the access to people, the access to capital. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go start my fund like Jay-Z. And what do I know about investing? I'm like, yeah, we're going to figure it out. I knew nothing about music.
This is amazing too.
I knew nothing about music. I ended up at Coachella. I ended up selling out shows across Africa, across the world. So, doing projects with Beyonce for somebody that never wanted to be a musician. So I'm like,
you
okay.
had 2 songs on her?
Yeah, two songs. I don't know if any other person had 2 songs.
Yeah,
on
I don't
that,
think so.
Or how many people had 2 songs on that project. And the producers on those 2 songs were signed to Empower Publishing as well. So it was a 360 kind of in-house thing. So at that time, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go do entrepreneurship. And from 2020 to 2022, I just went in. And so started my fund, invested in a payments company that's become one of the biggest payment API companies in Africa.
How do you just figure that out?
You just do it. And when you're using your own money,
right.
If you fail, okay, you failed, and you cry or you learn something.
But if you win, it's a nice big win.
You win. And quickly I done payments, and I was like, okay, I done payments, I done music technology. I invested in Shubs. Shubs is the #1 platform for buying Afrobeat tickets in the UK. And I'm like, yeah.
And it's all tied together, because these things
it all ties together,
yeah.
and through that investment, when Shubs wants to collect payments in Africa, they could collect payments via my payments company. So I invest in stuff that
Talk about 360s
that connect, and now I'm investing in movies. And the movies will be from the music label. And so I'm just learning, to be honest.
All right. Well, I love it. Well, the Evil Genius album is out October 27th. Your first official album, definitely not your first project.
Nope.
And the most personal one. So I cannot wait to hear this. And I appreciate us being able to sit down. And I know we'll be checking back in with you. But again, Mr. Eazi. And when we come back, we have Ask Ye. Any questions that you have, we are here to help. I'm with my award-winning advice giver friend, Numeno. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Everybody whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts.
All you should know.
This is Ask Ye.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Numeno is in the building on a Friday, and it's time for Ask Ye. That's where you get to call in and ask for advice, and we give advice to the best of our ability with our life experiences. But you are an award-winning advice giver.
I am.
Denise, what is your question for Ask Ye?
I've been dating this guy for a few months. He's been out. He got out of prison about 4 to 5 months ago. And so we've been dating. And he doesn't really like to have sex.
How long was he locked up?
3 years.
3 years. Okay, so go ahead.
I'm kind of wondering, is he having sex with someone else, or is he just not have gotten back in the mood to things, and we live together, so it's kind of hard for me to just turn it off.
Does he have erectile dysfunction? Does he have you guys had sex?
Yes, we've had sex. It's just not often as I want it.
How much time do you guys spend together? Do you see him a lot? Do you think he's seeing other people?
Well, we live together, so we see each other often, and he'll go off with the boys and stuff sometimes, so I don't really know.
Now, I want to talk about this because sometimes mentally there's a lot of things that go on with people where maybe that can affect their sex drive too. So I don't know if he's been through anything traumatic. Jail can be traumatic too, by the way.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, and that was his first time ever doing some time like that. So I don't want to think he's cheating, but I'm like, okay, I don't know.
Well, did you ever think about bringing another woman into the bedroom?
Gosh.
That is
not the solution for everything.
Maybe that'll help. Right, this is for this.
Sometimes people have issues that they may be not ready to talk about or even embarrassed to talk about with their significant other, and maybe he needs to talk to a professional, whether it's a doctor or a therapist, just to kind of figure out what's going on with him, because it could be for a variety of different reasons, and it's hard for us to say what that reason is. You know, we don't know if there's medical reasons that he has a low sex drive, or if there's something going on where he's been through something that it's affecting his sex drive, you know, and we don't know if it has to do with attraction. I don't know what it is from this point of view, but all you can do is help him get pointed in the right direction, whether, you know, it's going to get a checkup, going to the doctor, being able to have that conversation with the doctor, or talking to another professional who can help him kind of open up and explore what's going on with him until he feels ready to share that with you.
Right, okay. Okay, because I be trying to start it up sometimes. I be thinking like, okay, maybe.
Are you taking care of him financially at all? Or like, you know, is he staying with you and you're taking care of things?
Well, we live together, but I'm not supporting him, like, financially. Like, he's working and everything.
Okay, because I just want to make sure you're not trying to just have a place to stay and somebody to take care of.
Right, yeah.
All of those things are things we have to take into consideration.
Right, yeah, I understand.
You know, so be realistic also with yourself. If there's certain signs there that there's something else going on, you know, I know sometimes we want to give people the benefit of the doubt and believe the best, but you also got to look out for yourself and be realistic.
Right, true. Okay.
Okay, and we'll get to the bottom of this. It could be good intentions, it could be bad intentions, but just make sure you have your eyes open and listen to your gut.
Yes, ma'am, always.
What is your gut telling you?
I don't know. It's just really telling. Sometimes I think he's doing stuff, and then sometimes I think he just hasn't adjusted yet.
Okay. Well, I think time will tell. And all you can do is tell him, look, I'm here for you if you want to talk about things. If you need to speak to somebody, I've done some research. I have this person. You know, we can set that up. But other than that, just make sure you stay smart, girl.
Oh, yes, most definitely. Thank y'all.
Okay. Thank you, Denise.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Well, that was Ask Ye. Mano.
I gave her the best advice.
Bring another girl in. It don't matter what the question is.
No, it does matter. Like if she having problems in the bedroom, maybe that can get him going.
I'm going to rescind your award for giving advice. No. And when we come back, it's time for the last word. 800-292-5150. You always have the last word. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Pick up the phone. Tap in. Tap in and get your voice heard. What the word is. Here's the last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Mano is here.
That's right. I'm here, baby.
New Mano. Shout out to our guy Navy, by the way, Nick Navy.
Yeah,
he's also a DJ. Yeah.
Tonight.
How can where's your page is Nick Seale HQ? Is that right? All right, Nick Seale HQ. If you want to see where he's DJing in Brooklyn at Sultan Room, so check him out and report back to us. Tell us how he does. Even if you got to do a little video. But shout out to Home and Abroad, too. They were at Angela Yee Day as well. Mano, aren't you getting honored this weekend, or what's happening?
I don't think it's this weekend. It's raining again. I think it's something going on with the school. School had got flooded last week.
Okay.
So I want to say it's next weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting my big honor. Whatever it is, a plaque,
you don't
trophy.
know what's going on.
You know, a man shooting a basketball, something.
You get an award.
Yeah.
You get an award.
I get an award.
All right. Well, listen, no matter what, you know, well deserved, Mano. But again, thank you to Mr. Eazi for coming through. His album comes out October 27th. The Evil Genius, so we'll definitely be checking for that. I think there's already 3 singles available, but each song is going to have an accompanying piece of artwork, original artwork, and he's got this art show that he's bringing to different cities. And so, you know, amazing experience that he's providing for people as he's getting into the world of art as well. And you guys be safe, all right, this weekend. Whatever it is that you're doing, whatever type of fun you're having, just do it safely. I also have a party tonight. And that's going to be at Daily Paper from my coffee company, Coffee Uplifts People.
What time is that?
That is actually like an after work thing. So it's from 4 to 8. So
4 to 8.
Yeah, so if you feel like stopping through, we'll be at Daily Paper in New York City. And that's it. Enjoy your weekend. Happy birthday again to Rita, our guy Dan, our producer. It is his new fiance's birthday. So happy birthday, Rita. And you guys always have the last word. If you want to tell us a secret, if you have an Ask Ye question, if you want to chime in on any other topics that we talked about, if you want to tell us what you think about Drake's new album, now's the time to do it. 800-292-5150. Last word.
This is Shatia from Long Island. I'm shining a light on my daughter, Madison the model. She's 12 years old. She's always dreamed to be in a film. She's praise danced all her life, and her first film is praise dancing. So shine a light on her, Madison the model.
Going way up with Angela Yee.